What's up everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about the top 5 basketball shoes of 2026 so far. Without further ado, let's get straight into it and start with my honorable mention, which is going to be the 361 BioSpeed BB2. A really nice shoe, and the main reason these are an honorable mention is simply because they're not available in my true size. So I just can't experience the performance to the fullest. Apart from that, seems to be a very good shoe and I can highly recommend them. And now really for my first pair, for number 5 on this list, it is going to be the Adidas Harden Volume 10s. I think they're improved on the Volume 9s, but there's still a few things holding them back. Mainly the weight of the shoe, they're still pretty damn heavy, and the materials. While they're improved on them, they're still pretty stiff and they crease a lot and they take a long time to break in and they're not breathable at all. Those are a lot of things, but they're still softer than the 9s. They have a better fit than the 9s and they kept some good things from 9s as well. The traction performance is very good. The pattern is actually pretty similar to what we saw in the 9s, with a few different patterns on the outside and on the inside of the shoe. Here we have a translucent outsole. In my opinion, these are not good enough for outdoors because the pattern is very shallow and the grooves are very easy to move. But on an indoor court you get a very nice grip, and I also didn't notice that dust pickup affected them as much as on the past Harden models. For the cushioning is also the same. We still have a full-length light boost midsole. At least now we have the exact tech specs from the start. That was kind of an issue on past Harden lines, or actually Adidas lines, that we just didn't know what actually was in the basketball shoe. So here it's full-length light boost. You can feel it definitely in the heel. There's not as much in the forefoot. This is actually how I like my shoes, but for some of you that might not be good enough. So in the forefoot, very low to the ground, impact protection is there in the heel, but overall also not a max cushioning setup or a max cushioned shoe. Where these really excel in are the supportive features. A very supportive shoe, and the stiff materials also kind of play a role in that because they just keep your foot on the footbed. Then there's a really big heel counter. We have a torsion plate. You can see it a little bit here through the translucent parts of the outsole. This is the All-Star colorway, by the way, still a really beautiful looking shoe. The lacing system also works great. We still have that inner neoprene like booty, that inner booty system that wraps around your foot just like an extra sock would do. One thing I had an issue with was this area right here. When they're not broken in and when you lace them tightly, the materials are so stiff that the shoe just can't really close as well. So it kind of takes some time for the lockdown to really get to its fullest. So at the start it might feel a little weird, but just give them some time. As I said, they do have a very long break-in. The retail price is also relatively high, also comparing it with other shoes that are coming up on this list, around 160. And if you're wondering where you can get them, I got these from Kicks, and you can find an affiliate link in the description box down below, or just use my code Lucas for a discount. Now for the next pair on my list is a very new pair from Anta, and it's going to be the Anta Kai Freeze. This is the Chinese New Year colorway, really beautiful colorway. Love the little detail we got here with the shoe, and then there's actually some horsehair or some faux horsehair on the tongue. Just very cool. I love when shoes have that storytelling in a way that's very nice. It's a very different shoe compared to the Kai 2, but a very similar shoe compared to Kai 1s, which is a good thing because I really like the Kai 1s. There's definitely more comfort, there's more cushioning, but they still kept a few things that made the Kai 2s great. So overall, a really nice performing basketball shoe. They're definitely slightly heavier than the Kai 2s. I have them here in the background behind me, but there's way more cushioning and comfort in the upper, so in my opinion, that's worth it. The traction pattern is changed up as well. We've seen 3 shoes with 3 completely different traction patterns, but it works very well. I haven't tried them outdoors, but I actually do think that the outsole is durable enough to take them outdoors. Here the rubber is very hard and the grooves are actually pretty thick. And what's also really nice is this max cushion setup here. There is a lot of foam in there, similar to what we had on the Kai 1s. It's almost fully exposed on the lateral side and actually fully exposed on the medial side of the shoe. So there really is a lot of compression. You can definitely feel it underneath your foot. My bad there. What is also nice are the support features. You might have seen it already. There is a carbon fiber midfoot shank plate, so torsional support of course is great. If I try to flex them, as you can see, the forefoot flexes and I actually need to use quite some amounts of force, and the midfoot is perfectly nice and stable. Lacing system actually also does a good job and works well. And what is definitely a highlight are the materials. It's all synthetic and we have a lot of padding and comfort, as I mentioned in the beginning already, especially here in the heel area. There's just a lot of Achilles pillows and the tongue is also nicely padded so the laces don't cut into your feet. So overall, a really nice shoe, retailing for 125 euros or dollars, which is a great price. And you can also find an anti-affiliate link down in the description box below. The next pair I want to talk about is yet again from another brand, as we have the Way of Wade All City 14. This is the Blossom colorway, so a really nice pink colorway. There's a great selection of colorways available, and before I forget to say it, you can also get these through the affiliate link in the description box down below on the Way of Wade website. And you can use my code LucasSimora10 for a discount. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on every model on the website anymore. That used to be the case in the past, but there's still a lot of models you can get on a discount. And if you want to get these on a discount, maybe just wait a little bit. They're going to go on sale, and my code will also work on them in the future for sure. Now, what makes these great, definitely the traction performance. We have a tough RB outsole, so these should definitely also be durable enough again for outdoors. The All City 13 struggled a little bit. The Onkers had the tough RB outsole again, so they were also durable enough. And here you can take them outdoors straight from the get-go. The indoor bite is actually also great. I haven't been able to try them outdoors because it's still pretty cold in Austria and I've been recovering from my surgery. It's been going very well, and by the time you see this video, I should have played my first game again, so I'm really looking forward to that on the weekend. And another reason why these will be really nice for outdoors is the maximum cushioning setup we have here. You can't see it as well here on the lateral side, but on the medial side, there's a thicker slab of the foam exposed, and we actually have 3 cushioning setups here with the All City 14. And in my opinion, that's just an amazing setup, because essentially these are supposed to be the budget model of the main flagship model, which is the Way of Wade 12 at the moment. And now we even have 3 cushioning setups in a budget model for a retail price of around 140 to 150 euros or dollars, depending where you're located, which is absolutely amazing in my opinion. For the cushioning setups, we have a full layer of Super Boom foam. Then we have a full layer of boom foam, and then there is a layer of light foam ultra in the heel. So that's actually every cushioning setup available from Way of Wade in this basketball shoe right now. We also have a relatively nice insole. You can of course take it out and switch it out, but the stepping comfort is definitely there. The materials are adequately padded, all synthetic, take a little bit of time to break in, so definitely a little bit stiff at first, but they're also slightly breathable because the tongue has some breathability holes here in the forefoot, as you can see. And once they're broken in, they do fit very nicely, and there's an adequate amount of padding. The fit is also surprisingly wide foot friendly, so in my opinion, these are definitely an upgrade over the All City 13s. Now for number 2 on this list, this was a little bit of a surprise because I really enjoyed the shoe, as it is the 361 Joker 2. I really like the Joker 1s, but they were not a top tier basketball shoe from the get-go. The Joker 1 GT or SE were for sure, but here the Joker 2 comes out of the gate as an amazing performer. I had a pretty intense practice in these yesterday. They held up perfectly. It was a crazy dusty court as well, as it's used by a school and we only have it once a week. Everybody was sliding, I was sliding too, but as soon as I wiped, I had a really good bite for a couple of minutes, then I just had to wipe again, and the outsole did a very good job. I think you can still see some of the dust particles or just the discoloration here on the outsole. Beautiful colorway, by the way, as well. And the retail price also makes these stand out, 130 euros or dollars. And yet again, you can save by using my code LUCAS with 2S or with a second S at the end, or just use the affiliate link in the description box down below to get them at the official 361 website. Really amazing traction setup, great bite indoors. I'm not sure about outdoor durability, to be honest, because the pattern is very shallow. That seems to be a trend nowadays in basketball shoes. And here is even a translucent outsole. I might give a solid rubber outsole a try if I get to it sometime in the next couple of months. Then I can tell you more about that. The cushioning setup is also amazing overall. These were also on my most comfortable shoes at the moment list, simply because the cushioning setup, you can see it here on the outside as well, but here on the medial side, here in the middle, you can see it has a very long name, kind of confusing, but does a really good job. A mix of impact protection, comfort, and still you have some good court feel in the forefoot. A very responsive setup as well. What makes these so comfortable also are the materials. Crazy padding here in the heel area. And one thing I really like about 361 Degrees is that they don't use genuine leather, but they managed to develop a synthetic leather setup that feels just like a real leather shoe. So you have the benefits of real leather without the animal cruelty part of it. So I'm a big fan of that, as I'm also vegan and I don't only implement that on my diet but also on my lifestyle. So no animal-based products for me. The support features are also very good. You can see a shank plate here already through the outsole a little bit and then here on the side. So also if I try to flex these, you can see very good torsional support. And what's cool is this new and adaptive lacing system. I wasn't sure how it was going to work at first because it for sure does look weird, especially this lace loop back here, and then there's one in front. There are different heights and all over the place, it seems like, but it actually hugs around your foot perfectly, really keeps your foot on the footbed and does a very, very good job in keeping your foot secure. So I really enjoyed playing these and they're definitely going to stay in my rotation throughout the whole year. And now before we get to number 1, you can see the Nike Book 2s here in the background. I had extremely high hopes for this shoe, but unfortunately so far I am not impressed. I've tried 2 colorways, the orange one and then the Spiridon colorway. Haven't had these on court yet. They feel slightly better from a material standpoint. As you can see, they're softer, but the orange colorway was so damn stiff. And the Book 1, if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that they're my absolute favorite basketball shoe of all time, actually, even, and I only play in the Book 1s in my official games. So I was really hoping that Book 2 would keep up with that trend and be number 1 on the list again for the best basketball shoe of 2026. But they don't even make the top 5 as of right now, and it's not even the full year yet. And I don't think they'll be on the top 10 list by the end of the year unless they drastically change something up with the overall feel of the shoe. Just very bottom heavy. The cushioning is switched up. I would prefer the Zoomio to be in the heel, not in the forefoot. And overall the shoe just feels a little bit off. A very nice lifestyle colorway for sure. But unfortunately, I don't think the Book 1 will be on this list by the end of the year. And one thing I forgot to say about the Joker 2s is they also have a wide foot friendly fit, which is absolutely amazing. And now for number 1, drum roll please, it is going to be the Way of Wade 12. This is hands down the best basketball shoe available on the market as of right now. An absolutely amazing performer. I practiced with them last week and I really enjoyed them. Just for reference, I've been out for around 2 months, I haven't played, and I was able to throw down some dunks in these, even though I haven't really gotten back to my normal strength training schedule. So they are just incredibly bouncy, got an amazing traction setup, good cushioning, great supportive features, and the materials are incredibly lightweight. And this colorway is also full synthetic. The retail price, yes, is a little bit higher at around 200 euros or dollars, but I'm sure they'll be a little bit cheaper in the future as well, as they're going to release more colorways, they're going to restock colorways, and my code is going to work on them at some point in the future as well. What is also great about them is that it's one of the most wide foot friendly shoes from Way of Wade. So my recommendation for his sizing is stick to your true size or your true US size, because that's also a question I get a lot of times, how the sizing actually is with leaning on Way of Wade. Stick to your true US size if you have normal sized or narrow feet. If you have wide feet, you can even go half a size up because they don't run long. But let's go through it step by step. The traction performance is absolutely phenomenal. A very interesting pattern, yet again, as it's very shallow, you can almost not see the grooves. It's a full-length GCU setup, works really well. Not 100% sure about outdoors, as I said, I haven't been outdoors in a minute, but for indoors, perfect. Also, does pick up almost not an issue. Really good grip, even if the court is dustier, and the cushioning setup is really what sets them apart in my opinion. You can't see as much compression, but as soon as you step into the shoe, you can feel compression underneath your foot. It's a full-length Super Boom midsole, but it's a kind of sandwich-like setup, as we have a layer of Super Boom, then we have a carbon fiber shank plate, and then we have another layer of Super Boom, kind of similar to what we saw on the Way of Wade 11 already, but here it feels even better in my opinion. As I mentioned at the beginning, very bouncy, great impact protection, yet somehow not too high off the ground. So an overall perfect cushioning setup in my opinion. The support features are also amazing. I mentioned the carbon fiber shank plate already. We've got a big heel cutter here in the back, and the lacing system also does a good job. Materials all synthetic and very thin. Breathability is not the best, and one thing I don't like as much about them is the strong plasticky smell they have. I've had these for a while, I've practiced with them for a while, and they still have a relatively strong smell, so that's just not the nicest thing. I tried to air them out, it does work, but it does also take some time. And with all that being said, that's all I have for you today. Those are my top 5 shoes of 2026 so far. Let me know what you think of my list. Let me know if there should be any other pairs on the list. Just keep in mind I haven't tried every shoe, and one thing for the Way of Wade 12, I know they technically released at the end of last year, but since they released so late and since I only got my pair in 2026, they have a deserving spot on this list, because there's not going to be a shoe that is going to kick them off the #1 spot, in my personal opinion, throughout the whole year, because these are just absolutely phenomenal, and I can highly recommend that you get a pair. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also comment your thoughts, as I said, just leave a comment for the algorithm as well, and I would highly appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. Have a good one and see you next time.